Assalamu alaikum. Hello, welcome back to our channel. We are the Muslim Family Adventurers. This is a beautiful Saturday morning, and I was having my coffee this morning, and I thought maybe I can sit with you guys and make a short video about basically how one should be evolving, not dissolving. And so this is just a reminder for all of us out there today that never, in our life, we have so many chapters. We have, chapter 1, our childhood, our chapter 2, our college years, chapter 3, if you plan to get married, or if chapter 3 could be careers, whatever it is in your life, that we move through life in chapters. Children and retirement and grandchildren and all of that. And so that's how most people live their lives. And so you live in chapters. And so this is a reminder that never forget chapter 1, because chapter 1, that childhood, those early teenage years, those college years, that's when you were developing your personality, your ambitions, your dreams, and you're just getting to know who you are. Sometimes I know people don't have a wonderful chapter 1, and in that case, it's okay to close that chapter, and then evolve and do better in chapter 2, in hopes to have a more fulfilling life after having a troubled childhood. But if you had a wonderful chapter 1 and you had a great childhood, you were ambitious, you were part of many hobbies and projects, and working towards a wonderful degree, things like that, you just had a very loving home and a great environment. Sometimes what happens is when you get into chapter 2 or into the next phase of your life, which is if you get married or if you have children, you sometimes forget who you are, and you forget where you came from, and what your personalities were, what your personality was before marriage or before children. And so this is just a reminder to that the goal is not to dissolve that, and just remove that person, thinking that's what society wants from us, thinking that's what your husband wants from you, or your wife wants from you, or your children want from you, is to erase who you were before, and then basically, dedicate yourself to that, to this new phase in your life. The reason I'm saying why it's important to not do that, many reasons actually, pros and cons. I think later on, 20 years down the line, you'll see resentment, bitterness, anger, negativity come up, and you don't know where it's coming from. And you're just, you remember and reminisce about all the things that you did before you got married or before you had children. And then it just makes you sad, regretful, and that resentment actually comes forward into your new chapter. And going forward with children and all that, it's a big responsibility. Raising children is a big responsibility. Keeping a marriage and a family together it takes work, it takes effort, and it takes a lot of emotional intelligence and a lot of so all those things. If you have been suppressing you, thinking that now going on to the next phase of your life, now you're just gonna dedicate yourself completely to this chapter 2 and become what you think that a mother is, or what you think that a wife is, or what you think that a father is, just realize you have to keep that chapter 1 open. You have to keep that, your personality and your what makes you open, and keep that fulfilled, because if that negativity, resentment comes, your children, your family will feel it, and they never asked you. And that's the thing, a lot of times people believe that my husband demands this of me, or my children demand this of me, that I let go of who I am. And many times that's not the case. Many times it's in our minds that we've decided that we need to completely change, completely let go of who we were before to become successful in this portion of our life. And that's not the case. So just think about it. The foundation of a family, and this is a family channel, so we are Muslim Family Adventurers. The foundation of a family is the parents, right? It can either be a single parent household or the 2-parent household, whatever your household looks like. But you and your partner, or you yourself, are literally holding up the entire family. You're holding up and it's a lot of responsibility. I mean, sometimes we just move through the motions and we just think that every day we get up, go to work, and feed our kids, pack their lunches, and that's it. And that's what we're doing. But if you break it down and you think about it, is you and your spouse, or you, if you're a single household, you yourself, you're literally the foundation of the entire family, the nucleus of the family. You hold up the finances, you hold up the household duties, the chores, the tarbiyah, or the upbringing of the children, and the raising of the children, because that's an important aspect of how their manners and their characteristics and their personalities, and giving them the opportunities to see see what it is they want to, what direction they want to head towards in their life, and just opening up those doors for them and allowing them to see that, okay, this is, you can head toward in that direction, or you can head towards that. These are the options, and giving the child the opportunities to choose and to decide what the next generation will look like. Their education, their spirituality, a lot of things depend on the parents or the parent, and they're the foundation of that family. So you guys are molding the foundation. So if one party feels more secure and the other party doesn't feel secure, just think about it. You can't have a foundation where half of it's crumbling and the other half is fulfilled, because the wife or the husband put all their energy into the other person. It needs to be a dynamic where you're both helping each other evolve and helping each other better every single day. So yeah, it'll get challenging if half of it's crumbly, half the foundation is all crumbled up, and then the other half is solid. It'll get challenging to build the family structure upwards from there. So in the midst of parenting, never forget never forget your chapter 1, your personalities, your, what you were great at before you got married or before you had children. Because that you in marriage life and in your child, in the lives of your children, they're looking up to you, they're watching you. So the goal for moving on forward in life is not to dissolve who you were before. The goal is to evolve. So the goal is to get better and better every day. The goal is to take what you liked from your childhood, take what those attributes were that you enjoyed and you blossomed with, take it into your next chapter. Take it into your next chapter so your children see that side of you. Your husband sees that side of you, of who you were before you got married. You were fun-loving, you were exciting, you were adventurous, you were nerdy, you were smart, you were whatever it was that you were. You had great leadership skills. You were a wonderful reader. You were a wonderful, you love to walk, you love to go to the gym, whatever it was that you love to do before marriage. This is just a reminder this beautiful Saturday morning. Never forget that. Never forget who you were and what your childhood was. And unless a disclaimer that if you did not have a great childhood, it's okay to close chapter 1 and move on to chapter 2 in hopes of in the dream of doing better and evolving into a better person. But this is just a reminder for all of us out there that family and marriage and parenthood and all of that, it requires to have you need to be present, and you need to be fulfilled. Otherwise there will be bitterness, negativity. It'll come out in different ways of sarcasm, criticism, and in some way or another it'll show up 10 years later, you thinking, I thought I did what was supposed to be correct, which was sacrifice everything completely for the family. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. Never forget who you were before you met your husband, or before the children came into the pictures, or before your husband, if you're a guy, before you met your wife. Those are the things that attracted you to that person to begin with. I mean, that personality, that person that you were before marriage was how husband and wife got attracted, or whatever your situation is. But it's important to keep that you alive. It's keep it going and keep it evolving rather than dissolving. So I hope this helps. Happy Saturday morning. I have my wonderful coffee and I want to share my mug. My husband got this for me last week. It says, "Start each day with a grateful heart." So really helps in the morning to feel grateful and just count your blessings in the morning and start your day that way. That way you feel much more relaxed, much more happy. And a good cup of coffee doesn't hurt. So take care, guys, and subscribe to our channel if this content is interesting and if this content helps to lead fulfilling families and fulfilled and high achieving families into the future. So the you before matters. Evolve, do not dissolve. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Assalamu alaikum.